Dear professors, this is a presentation about sustainable tourism strategies, community, and development. The Our Common Future report suggests that sustainable development should maintain the integrity and diversity of the ecological environment, meet basic human needs, keep options open for future generations, reduce injustice among and between generations, and increase self-determination. Nowadays, it is more important that development goes on the path of sustainable development according to the above meaning. The purpose of this study is to examine the support of the community in the area of Saranda and Samil for sustainable tourism as one of the most important industries on which the growth of its well-being is based. The objectives of the study aim to test empirically the assessment of residents for the tourism development to evidence of how much residents know the development plans and how they think about participating in this process, and to evidence the support of the residents for sustainable tourism development strategies in their area. This study is based on the collection and analysis of primary data obtained through interviewing randomly selected residents. Utilizing qualitative methods, interviews with various people are conducted to study what people say about their meanings and interpretations. This study employed the Likert scale as a measurement scale for measuring support for the development for sustainable tourism. A high score on this scale means an indication of high support for sustainable tourism strategies. Also, in this research, a survey is conducted to get the data required for the study. The preliminary questionnaire was examined carefully and critically by specialists in the field, and revisions are made according to the fielding. Also, in this research, to achieve the development for sustainable tourism, many strategies have been promoted according to the World Tourism Organization, and based on them, the measurement of residents' support for sustainable tourism development strategies will be done through the Likert scale with 5 levels of agreement for the questionnaires. Instruments are in this table. This measurement scale consists of 10 sustainable tourism development strategies, expressing strategies for the sustainable use of resources that support this development. This is the research design about the support of the residents for sustainable tourism development strategies. Also, residents are part of the tourist activities and can contribute to the success or unsuccess of the tourist experience lived in the destination. Residents' attitudes and behaviors toward visitors influence their decision to return or not to the destination. Residents are one of the tourism actors most affected in their daily lives by tourism development. To successfully develop a sustainable destination, it is necessary to involve the community in the planning, management, and monitoring of tourism activities. So in the literature, it is discussed that policies based on the strict implementation of top-down centralized decision-making for the protection of natural resources have not been successful. Residents have been important areas of expertise, including knowledge about local conditions and the environment related to their way of life, and possess information about how similar problems have been solved before, where they live or where they have traveled. It is important also for the result The planning approach is captured by the dominant values that exist in the community and the extent that these values are incorporated into the vision for the future. This is according to Simpson 2001. According to many researchers, community-based tourism can be a remedy for many of the general ills of the industry fueled by mass tourism. Also, sustainable tourism development requires the participation of all interest groups and strong leadership to ensure broad participation and consensus building. Also, the results of the assessment for residents for the development of tourism. The answer to the question, how do you assess the development of tourism in your area? 45% of respondents assess the development of tourism in their area to be chaotic and harmful, and only 11% of them think that it is appropriate development. This is for the question, are the residents of surrounding Samil interested in the process of planning and developing tourism in their area? To clarify this question, the analysis of the data shows that 93% of the residents interviewed said that the development of tourism in Saranda needs the participation of the residents in the planning process, and 84.4% say that they should like to give their opinion on this process. Also, on table 5, frequency of residents' responses to I would like to give my opinion on the development of tourism, but I'm not given the opportunity and I do not know how to help in the planning of tourism in my city. This is the results made by authors. And results of measurement support for sustainable tourism industry development strategies, descriptive analysis of the resident support for sustainable tourism development strategies. This is the table that shows the measurement scale. Also, the results of measurement support for sustainable tourism development strategies. From the result presented in the slide above, all strategies have a high average score from 3.98 to 4.55, and this means that people assess strategies for sustainable tourism in their area very favorable. A high point of this scale means strong support for sustainable tourism development strategies, and in this case, the study shows that residents strongly support sustainable tourism development strategies, evaluating them as favorable and very favorable. So, the raised hypothesis that residents in the study area do not support sustainable tourism development strategy is rejected. So, the findings for this research, the evaluation of empirical evidence reveals that residents of Saranda and Samil view the tourism industry as a chaotic industry. They are agreed that the development of tourism in Saranda needs the participation of the residents in the planning process, and they would like to give their opinion on this process. Residents support sustainable tourism strategies in this area. Also, implications, the findings of the study contribute to the evidence that tourism development presents itself as the most important driving force for economic development in the study area. Planning should be considered the combination of development options with the strategy to be followed. The main actors that will be involved in the development of tourism and the possibilities for the participation of the community as an actor in the development process. The participation of local residents in the tourism planning and management process is necessary to stimulate sustainable social structure that can change poverty, employment of women, and dependence of the income of immigration. Also, the results of this study can help tourism planners and policymakers to understand the irreplaceable role that residents play as tourism actors and what strategies they prefer to successfully plan and develop tourism in their staple of theirs. Central and local government institutions to improve policies and strategies for the successful management of the tourism industry in search of the right balance between economic growth and the protection of economic resources for today and future generations by emphasizing the good use of natural resources. Also, this study helps in evaluating the attitudes of the residents of the study area. It also directs scientific research and other studies in measuring and analyzing additional aspects that influence how economic resources are used in the study area. For more information, we would like to thank all the authors regarding this research. It is the Dr. Parashqevi DRAÇİ and also Albana DEMİ. I would like to thank you for your attention.